Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been, I think, a couple weeks now since my last video, and I kind of want to do an update on that and just kind of do a, I guess, a life update, so stay tuned for that because that is a video I want to do. There's some things I want to talk about that don't have to do with books or homesteading or goats or anything like that, but I just want to talk about with you guys. I'm just going to do a library haul. We just got back from the library. I'm super pumped about it. It's the first time that I've actually gotten a lot of books since she was born. And I just want to share the books that I got for myself to read. The kids got a ton of books, but I just don't have time to go through all of those. So without any further ado, I'm just going to get into these books, and you're just gonna have to forgive the baby head that just keeps popping in and out of frame. This is the only way that she'll stay happy. Okay, the first book that I checked out was Ghost Cats of the South by Randy Russell. I actually read Ghost Dogs of the South, I think it's by the same author, a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed that, so I just want to read about ghost cats. The Ghost Dogs one was actually kind of creepy, and I don't know, even though it's in the middle of a bright sunny summer's day, I feel like getting a little scared or a little creeped out. Last summer I did a lot of Stephen King, so I feel like maybe I get in that mood during the middle of the summer. I don't know. The next book is Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. This was actually in the children's section, on top of the shelf under like suggested reading and stuff for the summer. I think I'm gonna read this with the kids. If not, I mean, I'll just read it by myself. It doesn't really matter. The librarian said that this was really good. This is about a girl who grew up in the 60s and 70s, like in the North and the South. This is just what I'm repeating from the cover here. And she's also a Jehovah's Witness. So that kind of just, I don't know, that made me want to pick it up even more, just to have that, like all those different perspectives in there. So, but I heard it's really good, and hopefully I'll get it read with the kids. If not, just gonna read it by myself. The next one is a pretty popular book. It's The Little Book of Hygge, Danish Secrets to Happy Living. Or it's not Hygge, it's Hygge. It has the pronunciation on the front, thank goodness, because to me that looks like Hygge. The Little Book of Hygge, Danish Secrets to Happy Living by Mike Viking, CEO of the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen. I only picked this up because I know it's a super popular book right now, and a lot of people seem to really enjoy this little book, and I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to flip through. Who doesn't want to, you know, have some secrets to happy living? The next book is The Dead Sea Scrolls Deception, see if you can see it, by Michael Bagent and Richard Lee. And on the front it says, why a handful of religious scholars conspired to suppress the revolutionary contents of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Did you get that? Because I was getting interrupted by a little voice. This was just a cover pickup for me. I don't know exactly what this book is about, or obviously the Dead Sea Scrolls and maybe the cover-up of why they were covered up. I don't know. I don't know that much about the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's just a name that I know because I've seen documentaries and stuff in my suggested little thing in Netflix. I don't know. The queue, a suggestion queue. I know it's something to do with the Bible and hidden stuff and conspiracies, and I'm all about that right now. So I'll see what that's about. I don't know if I'm going to get around to reading it. Hopefully I do. The next book I picked up is The Botany of Desire by Michael Pollan. And I wonder if that's his real last name now that I'm looking at this. It's a plant's eye view of the world. I've heard and seen about this book for a while. Didn't know what it was about, but I picked it up. And it seems to be like our interconnectedness or something with plants, or yeah, it just seems to be about the relationship between people and domesticated plants. I don't know, it sounded cool, and again, it's a popular book, and it must be popular for a reason. So I'm really glad that I've started branching out and just picking up books based on their popularity, because some books that I've read I've picked up for just that reason, just because they've been super popular, and I just figure, you know, there must be a reason for that, so I might as well give them a chance. And I've actually read some pretty awesome books that I would not normally pick up because of that. So thank you, BookTube. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, everyone who shares your book experiences, because it really does help people, or especially people like me, figure out what I'm going to read next, you know, because sometimes I just run out of ideas, and I will just pick up something random that I don't really know what it's about, and I wouldn't normally pick up if I was just reading it, or reading the back of it and had never heard of it. But I'm starting to do that, and I really like them. I like a lot of them that I've done. The next book is I'm trying to read it in the screen, The Lost History of the Canine Race, Our 15,000-Year Love Affair with Dogs by Mary Elizabeth Thurston. Again, another self-explanatory title. I just kind of thumbed through it, and I like the old pictures and depictions and stuff. See if you can see those. You see them? Yeah. So I just thought that would be interesting. Obviously, I mean, I'm a person that likes dogs. I have a couple myself, and I don't know, just thought it would be an interesting take on history, seeing the historical context of why we ended up with dogs, and maybe there's more to the story that I don't know. Just figured I would try to find out what I don't know about the history of people and dogs. The next book is Honky by Dalton Conley, and on the front it says, a wonderful book about growing up as a white kid in a largely poor Black and Hispanic neighborhood. A triumph. And again, another self-explanatory cover. Sorry that I'm a little all over the place. This one right here is being a little restless, and she's biting me, which is pretty uncomfortable. I've been reading a lot of like racially charged books lately. It's just what I've been into, and also it's like the current climate of everything right now. Social media, the news, Instagram. So I just want to be part of it. I want to learn more myself. So I've been trying to pick up books from all different perspectives. Obviously this one's from a white boy or white man's perspective, so it'll be interesting to see I don't know what this book is about and his take on growing up in a racially diverse neighborhood as maybe the only or one of the only white people in the neighborhood. And then I've also been reading other books by people of other races and ethnicities and religions. I want to start including people from different religions in my reading too, just because they can offer a unique perspective. It obviously, if you want to learn more about a religion, you should probably be reading from a person who is part of that religion, and then maybe comparing and contrasting with someone who's maybe had an experience with that religion and is no longer a part of it, or that have done a lot of research. I don't know. It's just good to have a whole variety so you can try to see the bigger picture. And that's my little spiel on that. And with that said, my last two books are books that are religious based. And the first one is A Brief Illustrated Guide to Understanding Islam. I don't think it has the author on the front here. Oh, by I.A. Ibrahim. I'm not quite sure of the pronunciation, but there's the author right there. And this book is very thin, and very brief, as it so clearly states in the title, and I just thought it'd be something quick that I could pick up and thumb through. I don't know if I'm going to read it cover to cover. I was inspired by Maria over at Read, Create, Repeat Homeschool. She has been reading, or was reading, books about different religions, and I've kind of been wanting to do the same thing, so I just picked that up because my library had it. They obviously had more books on the Quran and stuff like that, but just to get my feet wet, I picked something simple and what looked relatively easy to get through and read. And the last book that I got was, what is it? Our Appointment with Life, The Buddha's Teaching on Living in the Present by, oh gosh, I should have looked up his pronunciation. I know it's not how it's spelled. This guy right here, Thich Nhat Hanh? I don't know. I'm probably not. Actually, I know I'm not pronouncing it right because I looked up the pronunciation of his name maybe a month or two ago, and I got it completely wrong in my head. But that guy, again, a very thin book on just, I guess, the Buddha and his life and some of his maybe more basic teachings. Obviously more like an introductory guide to that kind of stuff. Because I have been interested in Buddhism recently and wanting to learn more and know more, which is always a good thing. And hopefully I can pass on some of that knowledge to my kids and help widen their worldview and stuff as well. But that's my most recent library haul. I was excited to share with you guys today because I haven't hauled a library haul in several months, and that's mainly because I haven't been checking out much for myself at all, and it wasn't worthy of making a video. But I'm going to wrap this up and say goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and me and Odella will see you all again really soon.